Hello and welcome to AUCTV. This is Muhammad Salim. Thanksgiving night was special on campus. Students had the opportunity to show gratitude towards each other through Mashru' al-Khair, which provided banners and sticky notes to help AUCians spread positivity. Students also showed thankfulness towards Mother Earth. The Sustainability Fair, which hosted the startups that encourage sustainability, offered the students used vintage clothes, recycled products, natural cosmetics to buy, and plants to grow at their homes. It also raised the funds to help animals, shed light on how AUC community can lead a more sustainable life.
We're a 2020 planner company, and we aim to help the environment we're currently working alongside an NGO, and we're making up for the consumption loss of printing these papers by planting fruit and vegetable trees in local areas. Hence, we're helping the environment and people that live within these local areas. Our planners are 70% recycled. كل واحدة فيهم it says a story that basically describes unity between Earth and human, or unity between human and human.
At the end of the day, all students were invited by the Office of Students' Life to Thanksgiving dinner, where they enjoyed many sorts of food, desserts, beverages, relaxing music, and moderate weather on such a great day. Moving on to students' initiatives across the campus. Save the Planet is not just a logo found in a series of sustainable events at AUC. It has become a real act among a large number of students. A 6-meter-tall Christmas tree is one of the projects that have taken the initiative to go green. The tree, created from 10,000 recycled plastic water bottles, was done by the AUC graphic design program to decorate the campus. The designers of this tree recycled 15% of water bottles thrown by students in Penza last month. This proved that the students practice sustainability within the campus. In parallel with the recycled tree, the Student Union held an event called We Are Community Integration on November 24th. This event aimed to encourage students to reduce their consumption of plastic bags and shift to environmentally friendly alternatives. The organizer challenges students to participate in some fun games to get cotton tote bags. One of the games is to do 30 seconds of jump rope workout.
On campus in collaboration with Kareem Bus, and we had tote bags as giveaways. The designs for these tote bags were made by students. It was a competition online, and we think that tote bags are really important, which is why we decided to have them as giveaways, because they allow us to reduce our plastic usage, because plastic takes around 1,000 years to decompose, which is very harmful for the environment. Whereas tote bags are an easy alternative that people can utilize wherever they are, and it can carry anything. So we thought that it would be a good way to spread the sustainability and raise awareness about the harmful effects of using plastic.
The Student Union will host a sustainability fair at the end of this month. It will include a variety of startups and businesses to encourage students to decrease their plastic consumption and think green. Moving on to department news. The Holy Shift graphic design program has been launched, which featured the work of graduating seniors. The exhibition is open daily from 9 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, from December 1st till 23rd in the Charger Art Gallery. These projects are diverse and of great relevance to our Arab world today, in which they focus on enriching and reviving cultural figures and traditions and branding products. The exhibition is made to present the showcases senior graduation theses that are creative.
Design program, it's the 5th exhibition where you present all the graduation projects for the students. Mainly it tackles social problems, cultural awareness, and education. Tabji is a date wine brand. It's a wine that made from actually dates. It's only made in Siwa, just made in Siwa. What I did is the research about the Siwi culture and what's very famous, and I found that this drink made two drinks with very different intensities, 14 and 16%. Everything can be used more than one time.
A lot of projects were presented that promote social causes by creating awareness and impact on the community through campaigns and systems specifically designed to include and aid minorities. A huge number of professors and students were interested in exploring the exhibition and trying out different tools related to each project. Moving on to the GAP School news, the Kamal Adham Center at AUC held an event on December 4th to celebrate its 30th anniversary. The event started with Dr. Hussein Amin, director of the center, giving a speech on the achievements of how the department helped to collaborate with the help of students and alumni, leading to its success. The center also honored a large number of alumni, faculty, and graduate students who shared their experience and knowledge to enhance the position of the department, making it more encouraging for future generations to join. Furthermore, the event included a gallery studio showing a collection of pictures combined throughout the past years, including influential figures who were interviewed by the students of the Adham Center.
I must recognize the work of the students, and we see, the students, we have excellent caliber of students coming to the Adham Center. And it's easy to deal with them, and they live, as they mentioned, an experience working together as teamwork, which is something we encourage, and as individual too, independent producers. So in this sense, I would like very much to thank them very much for their dedication. And one of the rewards for me as a university professor is to see them the star in this field. Today is, as we say, the day of celebrations. Tomorrow we start working harder.
At the end of the event, the department announced the plan towards getting international accreditation, giving the students the privilege to work wherever they wish as soon as they graduate. Moving to academic lecture series, the Middle East Studies Center organizes a lecture titled Beyond Resilience, Is There a European Strategy in the Middle East and North Africa?, featuring Dr. Kevin Koller on Monday from 1 to 2 p.m. The lecture discusses the overall European policy towards partners in the Middle East region, which is currently based on cooperation and initiatives like the European Neighborhood Policy and the Union for the Mediterranean. Dr. Kevin Koller is the Assistant Professor of Comparative Politics at the Institute of Political Science at Leiden University. Koller's scope of research focuses on the Middle East and North Africa, and in particular on civil-military relations.
What I really learned from this talk is that I knew what the European Union has as an interest in the Middle East, what makes it ready to invest in the Middle East, and how it acts independently of the U.S., how far it acts independently of the U.S. In terms of foreign policy in the Middle East.
In his talk, Koller discussed the security dynamics and the politics of authoritarian rule in the region and beyond, focusing more on Egypt and Syria in particular as major examples. The Middle East Studies Center holds this lecture for providing non-political science students with an alternative thinking approach to understand political ideas and values like justice, power, and democracy that is used to describe and understand political practices in the Middle East specifically. And last but not least, for the Student Union news, with finals approaching, the SU Lounge at the American University has reopened to help students focus, study, and survive finals with a fun twist. The SU Lounge is located underneath the administration building with different themes to satisfy any student need. Students can find the space to work on their assignments and be able to focus. They can relax on colorful bean bags after a hard day with their friends and play ping pong, card, and board games.
The SU Lounge has reopened, and why do you like the SU Lounge?
Yes, sure, I'm happy that it's open. I just like the vibe here. You can study, you can play, you can chill, you can do whatever you want.
The SU Lounge gives the students a variety of options, from socializing to focusing and enjoying the space after a long day. That was all for today. Thanks for watching. Coming up, our interview with Isra Hussein, the laureate of Global Lab Final. Isra will discuss about the modern techniques used in wound healing and tissue regeneration. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to our interview segment. Have you ever wondered why Frida Kahlo, the Mexican painter, had her leg amputated? And why diabetic patients can have serious complications of getting wounded? Isra Hussein is a senior consultant at Praxis Lab and an assistant lecturer at Duel City for Science and Technology and AUC as well. Isra is an award collector, having won the International Conference of Chemical Science Award from Alexandria, the Developing Countries Award at the 10th World Biomaterials Congress from Montreal. For 5 years, she has been developing among her team members a smart wound patch which can monitor and treat severe diabetic wounds almost 2 to 3 weeks. This research finding led her to win the Global Lab Finale at Berlin, adding to the list of her awards. Let's have a look at what Isra has accomplished at the conference.
Isra Ali, Falling Walls Lab, Egypt.
Good morning, everyone. Let me share with you the story of Frida, a famous Mexican artist. She was infected with polio when she was very young, and due to low blood supply to her leg, unfortunately, a small injury in her foot turned into severe and deep foot ulcer, severe gangrene, and she sadly had to get her leg cut to save her life.
Welcome, Isra. It's a pleasure having you today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure too.
I would like to start with you. When did your interest in wound healing and tissue regeneration started?
Yes, well, it started when I decided to write my proposal for my master's degree around 7 years ago. And when I thought about it, I wanted to merge between my studies in my bachelor degree in pharmaceutical science and between material science in nanotechnology during my master's degree. So I decided to work more in developing of materials for tissue regeneration, for delivering drugs for tissue regeneration.
So why diabetes in particular, or diabetic patients, should care more about their legs?
Yeah, well, because the most complication that we observe in diabetic patients, then when they have a small wound, it progresses dramatically to deep ulcers, and they are very susceptible to microbial infection. These progress more to form severe gangrene, and actually most of the patients have to get their limbs amputated to save their lives, to prevent the gangrene from reaching other healthy tissues.
So you have mentioned at the Berlin that in order to have a prototype, you can have it either as prototype or customized. For the physicians who would prepare the customized one, how can you make sure as a researcher that you would prepare it in a way such that it would be as effective as the prototype one?
Well, there will be some rules that they can follow to develop the patch, and actually they use a small instrument called a handheld electrospinner that they can use to form the patch, and they should get more trainings and under supervision of other experts to ensure that they are able to manage to fabricate it in the efficient way.
But can this patch help really in the regeneration of tissues? Like I've been read that some types of ulcers which patients cannot observe or be aware about can be healed by this patch.
Yes, well, we have tried it before in vivo experiments using a diabetic model in rats. And they proved their efficiency to not only to close the wounds, but to restore and organize the cells again in an efficient way. And this was confirmed with some histopathology studies. However, they are under investigation through clinical studies. We didn't finish it yet. So after the clinical studies, we can tolerate it more or manipulate it according to the result that can be obtained.
When would this patch would be launched in markets and pharmacies and would be available to everyone?
Well, this is the most common question. Yeah. This couldn't start until we finish the in vivo the clinical studies, and then we have to get some approvals from the Ministry of Health, and afterwards, when we even finalize our approvals and our studies, and we are sure that they can be ready for the market, we then can start to find investors to to help in marketing the products.
You're working now in your PhD thesis on biodegradable scaffolds for tissue regeneration and drug delivery.
Yes.
So how can these scaffolds help in tissue regeneration?
So actually the idea of the scaffold that we developed or designed it to mimic or resemble the nature of the and the properties of the natural tissues in our body. So when they mimic the real environment, the cells are encouraged to proliferate again and regenerate again because they get their oxygen, nutrition and blood supply through the scaffold or even growth factors or drugs, so they can proliferate easily, and so the scaffolds can help to rebuild the tissues again. And the scaffolds themselves are biodegradable, so they can degrade it easily after performing their function.
That is quite great. I had a lot of questions actually, but unfortunately we have to end. It was great meeting you, Isra, today. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
Diabetic limb is a serious problem. Those who might need to get their limb amputated would be 50% subject to precocious death, according to studies. Since we are too close to Christmas season, don't eat a lot of desserts, especially diabetic patients, so that you would enjoy your vacation in full health and family warmth. That was the end of the season. We hope that we'll meet again soon. Thanks for watching. Stop.